I can't even smile. I wanted to be happy. Good evening, guys. Welcome to the Man United agenda. It's February the 3rd, and guess what? We
What?
didn't sign anybody.
Oh,
Oh Jesus Christ. Look, I'm gonna try not to be. I'm gonna try to be Yabba positive today, as he's not here. Hopefully he will join us. To keep the positivity going. I'm not sure I can, to be fair. Bath time. How are
Yeah,
you, sir?
I'm very good, thank you, Mr. B. I can't tell you how thrilled I am that I've discovered there's a new Final Destination movie coming out. I love them so much.
Final. That's the murder one.
Yeah, it's like it's the ones where like they go into like B&Q or something and they get killed in imaginative ways.
Oh, bath time. Really?
Yeah, I really like it because it's like it's the one film where you've got to kind of work out what happens. Like there's one right in a 3D cinema where the 3D effect kills her, and everyone just sits around filming it because they think it's part of the film. They're gloriously camp and tacky, and I love them.
Oh Lord. I wish I didn't ask you now. Dora, how you doing, sweetheart? Am I allowed to
well,
call you that?
yes,
That's
of
not.
course.
That's not
Why?
sexist, is it?
Well, you'd have to call me it as well, please,
I'd have
to
to
make
call
sure
you.
that it isn't sexist.
All right. Well, anyway, I ain't calling you that. How you doing, sweetheart?
No, don't worry. Look. It's you. You know, you Brits. You turn up your charm with darling, sweetheart, love. You know what? I actually like it. So don't worry. But yeah, I'm feeling really well. Quite busy in the last few days, as always. You know, as most of the people here, I guess, or maybe more than some people, I would say. But yeah. I had a birthday on 28th. Thank you for great good wishes. And yeah, I'm feeling great. Not thinking about United that much, honestly, especially
Good.
after the defeat. So that's why my life is much better, I would say. But yeah, uh, hello to you guys as well, and I'm happy to be here with you and share your how do you say it? Share your
Sad
misery.
thoughts. Yes, that's the
Yeah,
one. Misery.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bath time. Are we going to go through some of these messages now? And then we'll
I've
go through
highlighted
things
them
in.
for you.
Okay. Thank you
Do you want
very
me to do
much.
the reading?
Oh, bath time. You're a superstar. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sweetheart.
Uh, no worries. First up, we got my man Yali. I saw him earlier on another channel, and he actually understands how transfers work, which was quite fun. I expected this. I'm not surprised at all that this would be the outcome. Also, United will get a major striker in the summer instead, but the season is a write-off. We've got Steph, United's manager not getting backed properly in January. No surprise there.
I mean, yeah.
Bilal, is Biancheri the best Welsh-Italian footballer in the world? Yeah, why not? We've got Connor, or Yank talking smack. Another January gone, another disgraceful window in the books. Apparently I'd make a great Grim Reaper. I think I flirt too much to be an effective Grim Reaper, to be honest. Like,
You would be an ex. Oh my god! Look at this ex. He's so extra. This Grim Reaper.
And then you chop him in half.
yeah.
You're right.
Well, there is one. Have you seen Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure, where they have like the
No.
sort of Eastern?
I
What?
don't. I don't
Oh.
watch those type of films.
Bill and
You are.
Ted.
Mr. B
Ted.
only watches mafia, noir movies, organized crime, cool movies, not that
Yeah, I
stuff
like
like you.
stuff with shooting in bloody Bill and flipping Ted.
So it has to have shooting in it. What was the
Yeah.
last film you watched?
Oh God, I don't even know. I tell you what I watched. There was one on Netflix with what's that woman? Cameron Diaz and
Oh my god,
Jamie Foxx.
Was it any good?
I
It's
enjoyed
it's
it. Maybe it's a load of pants, but it was a Saturday night after a good football
yeah,
game. So
it's quite bad, but
maybe
yeah,
maybe it
good
was
for
rubbish.
Saturday nights.
But yeah, there you go. See, my Saturday night. I like simple movies. Nothing I have to think about. nothing I have to try and understand too much. Just watch the pictures, have a laugh, and then forget about it.
Yeah, that sounds like Bill and Ted to me. Simon Warner, greetings, gang. Will we get rid of pieces of dead wood, but still stuck with a forest of them? I got Johnny Hill. Bring in a new manager, don't back him. Ineos logic. They did this stuff at Nice too. Got Bilal. Big up Dora, Mr. B, and Cara Delevingne.
Who's she?
Delavigne.
She's a very annoying actress.
She's a very bad actress.
That's true.
Oh,
Hi, sweetheart. Stuart the Red. Is this... That looks to be like Stuart Marshall to me in that picture. Good evening, Stuart. How are you? I've lost your phone number, but come on at some point again, please. Look at this. Bart's been blocked by Rich.
Oh,
there you go.
Why are you people blocking our Bart? Why?
So now,
Why
Bart,
would you do that?
you're the only channel. We're the only channel you're allowed on. You better bloody behave, mate, or you're done.
We've got 8 likes and 11 people watching, which is fantastic. Andrew watched After Hours. I don't know what that is.
Martin Scorsese, I think.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Quite
Steph
old.
watched...
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok. Okay. Oh, I like this one. The George Foreman one. He's the bloke that made the grills, Mr. B.
Oh, I know who George Foreman is. I'm gonna slap you bath time. I swear. I mean, we're a little way away, but don't worry. You're the first person we're sending our
my robot
drone.
after.
Yeah.
All right, and Connor is. For anyone who doesn't know, like Connor lives for the transfer window. He will be seriously depressed this evening. Seriously concerned we could be facing the drop, especially if injuries pile up after we've lost Martinez till next season. And look, Dora, Bart is asking, he's got some weird kink where he wants you to block him as well.
Trust me, you don't have to have me block you. There are other candidates. Just do what you do. Always. Trust me.
Just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
You'll keep getting blocked, mate. Don't worry. Oh,
it's not you, but me. Just be yourself.
Right, before we get into it, Mr. B, I think Connor made a good point, which is that I want to give a shout out to Lisandro Martinez. He's not my favourite player, but any player that gets injured in the service of the club is an absolute legend to me. And I'm just devastated. It's devastating what's happened to him. He's got an incredibly serious ACL confirmed injury, and we probably won't see him play again this year. Like 11 to 12 months would be out. And
he's done.
Yeah, I just, like, in the same way that I love Phil Jones for putting his body on the line, I have to add Lisandro Martinez to that as well. Like, absolutely devastating.
So he got the worst version of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's depressing, especially, with that loss and everything. And, in the context of the season, I mean, he scored that insane goal in the Europa League or whenever. I cannot remember, like, my brain with United these days is just... But yeah, he scored, he played really well, I would say. I couldn't, fault him for every single thing that was happening, in the defense in the last few games. But yeah, it's devastating. I mean, what's even worse, it's not even the same leg, it's his other leg that he injured. So he now has problems with, another leg. And I think, not just for the club, but for his career, that's such a blow. I mean, he's still young, fairly. I always empathize with people who are, out. I mean, people hate Mount, but, you can clearly see that he's struggling with injuries, and I don't believe that that's his fault. Luke Shaw had my...
He went to the Euros, Dora.
Yeah, he went to the Euros.
That's why he's not in that club.
Yeah, and he did have, instances where he would go to play for Southgate and bail out on United when we needed him. And that's my issue with Luke Shaw. This wasn't the only instance where he played for Euros for Southgate. He did it before, so that's why I'm not very, happy with Luke Shaw. But yeah, I wish him, good rest and to Lisandro Martinez and everything good for his recovery.
Yeah, I think it's important, like on a day where we are going to complain about not getting signings in and stuff. We shouldn't forget that we do have like a new first team squad player in Dorgu, and we should also give Lisandro Martinez like his props, because
Yeah.
I think that's all been lost in the anger about the transfer window, is that a player has sustained what could be a career-ending injury and is most likely it's the end of his United career. I think we have a responsibility to get him fit and then sell him to a less physical league, because he's racked up too many injuries, and he's done it as a Manchester United player. And as everyone knows, I don't like him as a footballer, but now I love him because he's put his body on the line and hurt himself for the football club, and that's the minimum that I expect.
Yeah. Do you expect since we are going to talk about, we can segue to that. We signed Dorgo and we signed that youngster from Arsenal who is, I think, 18 years old, Hayden. Do you now believe that he's going to feature? I know that he's going to feature in the first squad. Do you believe that we're going to feature him? No.
We're going to play Shaw and Mazraoui ahead of him.
But when Shaw gets, inevitably injured, who is going to play there?
Well, I know that this isn't going to be a popular shout, but every single manager has found a place for Lindelof in their teams, and Erik ten Hag played Lindelof at left back when Shaw was injured. I like Lindelof. We don't like him as a fan base, but his managers do tend to like him, and I think that Lindelof is a player that you'll see more than like Heaven or Goodwill playing, although they've got great names.
Yeah. I mean, is he even fit? I mean, he hasn't been fit for a very long time, Lindelof as well.
Lindelof, he played every match for Rude.
And then got injured.
Yeah, he's been out for about 5 weeks, 6 weeks, I think. He'll be back quite soon.
Yeah.
Like he's in training, but I know that's not very exciting. But to be honest, we've got a huge amount of.
Yeah,
we've got so much coverage at centre back. There's Evans and there's loads of players that can play there. I think. Hang on a second. Did Lindelof play at the weekend? We weren't actually I've got to be honest. I only saw about 35 minutes of the game because I was late back from football, and it wasn't a particularly fun match to watch. Mr. B, did you get through that game?
Please don't start me off time, please. I'm trying to sit here. I just want to listen to you guys and just not.
All right.
The place. You know what? I did. I watched a bit of the game. I dozed through part of it. I missed both. No, I saw the first goal, missed the second goal, woke up to my phone pinging and the abuse that I got, and realised that we had messed up again. As with you, I'm more worried about Martinez. The fact that it's a full tier, and you know already that's a year, and he's probably not going to come back to what we expect.
He can't play in our league.
Yeah, I think that just steps. I think that just started what has really been a really crappy weekend in the last couple of days, in my opinion. Today,
I think it's in everyone's opinion, Mr. B. People are absolutely. I think this Tell thing feels like a bit of a humiliation, because we all got sold these stories that Daniel Levy had flown out and had begged him to join, and he'd said, you know what, I'm only interested in a team that has Harry Maguire in it. You can do one. We sell Rashford off to free spending Aston Villa, who have made 5 or 6 signings in this window.
Yeah.
And then no one comes in. Kobe played as a false 9 in. I remember that. Who's Lampard's dad called? Harry Redknapp. That's his uncle. Sorry,
That's his uncle, yeah.
Harry Redknapp and Jose used to do this regularly, where before the transfer deadline, they would play someone at a position to make a point of getting a player in, and playing Kobe as a false nine, even though he was pretty good apparently for the first 15 minutes. Amorim was crying out for a striker, crying out for one with that team selection, and the club aren't in a position to help him out at the moment, and
not in a position or not wanting to. The Tell one, apparently, it was 5 million that they wanted. Tottenham paid a 5 million loan. United didn't want to pay it.
Also, I think Tell is, if we signed him, I think it would be a panic buy, honestly, because his stats, he didn't score anything this season. He is a young, talented player who barely played for Bayern this season. And simply, signing him into the club that into the team that cannot create, and secondly, cannot score, and then adding another loan. I don't care if he wants to prove himself or whatever, another loan of a player that cannot simply score goals. I think that's just wasting away money. To me, the club should have looked somewhere else, as I believe that we could have signed someone else. They should have been prepared for Marcus Rashford leaving the club and for Anthony leaving the club.
That's such a good point. They said that they had loads of... Do you remember we were sort of given the idea that there were loads of deals in place, and all it required was Garnacho or Rashford, moving, and then, dominoes, or vominos, as they're called in Croatia.
They'll blame it on Rashford leaving late, that they didn't have enough time to do it. It's all... Whatever they say, I think is all a crock of shit.
Yeah.
I really, really do, man.
Let's get into that after I do the comments, because I've got a feeling that's going to be a conversation, because I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to play devil's advocate, because I think it's understandable what Ineos are doing. It's just not what we want.
Okay.
All right, first of all, shout out to Emma K. Always nice to see you in the chat. Johnny doesn't like Lindelof. I quite like Lindelof, to be honest, as a squad player. I think he's better than a good quality as squad player. There's 2 hours to go. Can you guys let us know if anything happens? Nothing will happen.
Nothing happens to what?
But we might get linked with someone
Oh God.
Danny Ings is meant to be going to Celtic. Maybe we can hijack that. Don't
wind me up.
All right, Bilal is saying Maguire and Onana cost us the game. Don't forget Bruno Fernandes didn't track Mateta for the first goal, which annoyed me a lot. Andrew is gutted about Leach. He's an asset for us. Oh look, he's getting a dig in, but my God, he is a filthy footballer. He is. Steph just blocked the Premier League game out. Get yourself in a kettle, Steph. Just don't worry about it. It's Tyrone. Why are you called T now? I'm sick and tired of this football club. Bart, does the three at the back system require a left-footed centre-back? Is this your new thing, Bart? Asking sensible questions, but they have nothing to do with the topic at hand? Is it because that's quite sophisticated trolling, as it derails conversations?
Yeah.
Rashford signed for a club who lost their match. I'd have loaned him out to Arsenal, team up with Sterling. Oh, okay. I don't think I could bear to see Rashford in an Arsenal kit, to be honest. And did you see the Haaland celebration they did? They're such a cringy club.
Who, Arsenal?
Arsenal.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
yeah, they
and
celebrate
they're fans.
winning games, not titles. They're just...
Yes. I mean, I know we sound now petty, but at least United won 3 or 2 trophies in the worst seasons of their reign. They didn't do anything, so they can play Kendrick Lamar's humble all day long. Maybe they should be humbled with their opinions online. Oh my God! Don't just go on. I will get rattled.
No, I mean we're no position.
They're not worth it.
We're in no position to criticise Arsenal, but I would be so embarrassed if that was my team,
doing
that.
They
love it.
Yeah, but they're losers.
Yeah, we
Oh
know.
yeah, they will lose a title and literally make a song about it. So yeah, they are losers. They
Yeah.
are.
All right. Well, Andrew's a loser, and he's saying that for Tell, it was 5 million plus the wages for 3 months' work.
Too much money.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that because, mate, right. So if Tell wins Spurs the Europa League, we're like, all right, that's huge. But
Yeah.
I just don't feel that we're competing for anything that other than staying up. Like, I don't know if that's lack of ambition from what this team have put me through,
They've written
or
off the season already. Half time
yeah,
is January, and the whole club, the hierarchy at the club, have written the season off. But they expect people to pay the £66 or whatever they want for the ticket. They've got nothing. The home fans are seeing them lose 5 in the last 7 games, but they didn't do anything to inspire the club moving forward. Tottenham now are going to get 3 players. Tottenham are a worse team than us. They're in lower.
yeah,
But guess what's going to happen with the players that they've bought? It's going to give the club a lift. It's going to give the players a lift. You know what I mean? What are they? 2 points behind us. I don't even want to talk about relegation, but David Moyes is now on a run at
yeah,
Everton. Yeah, so it's not a joke. We could be 16th. You know what I mean? And then all right, so there'll be a 7 or 8 point gap. Those players can't play under pressure when it comes to winning. Can you imagine what they'll do
Yeah.
if they're in a relegation fight, bruv? Oh my god, they will go out there and they'll shit their pants. As soon as the whistle goes, they'll all just have diarrhea and all have to be subbed. They don't have it.
Mm,
They don't have it
mm.
by half time. So have the club accepted that the seasons is now a write off and Amrin's going to get backed in the summer because Rashford's gone and they saved how much million they're going to save. Anthony's gone. Malacia might be gone. So they probably saved a good, I don't know, 8 million maybe. But what's going to happen in the summer? It's going to be money that they saved and it's not going to be put down because, oh, right, Rashford's back from loan. So they've got to pay me his full money. Anthony's back from loan. They've got to pay me. Oh, Malacia's back, and they've got to pay me his full money. So we're back to square one with all of these players that the club didn't want in this window. We all know they're going to go out there and stink the place out because all of them are shit. We're not going to get any money for them, and then we're going to be stuck with, oh, tomorrow, oh, summer's going to come, summer's going to come. So, yeah, summer's going to come, and they're still not going to be spending any money. They should have just left Amorim alone, left him where he was, let him do his job, and let him get on with his life, bruv. You know what? Amorim should just say, I'm bouncing. What's he staying for? What is he going to stay for? To get sacked?
Well, he'd find it quite difficult to get employment like at another big club if he pulled something like this.
We're
But
not a big club, half time. We don't act like a big club. We don't act like a big club.
do
Let's
you
be
know what
honest.
you've kind of completely turned me around on this 5 million thing where I said it's not worth the money, but you're completely correct. People are spending their money to go and watch Manchester United, and it's a lack of respect to those people to write the season off and not attempt to get
Thank you.
the best in. I think that's a brilliant argument, and I fully support that.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Um,
on the other hand, sorry, BT, I will just say something, and you can go on and say that thing about the devil's advocate because I'm very interested. So, I I don't understand what were they doing throughout the whole January transfer window. So we knew from the moment the transfer window started, right? And I know the club doesn't rarely buys big in January, but it happens, right? Currently, we are having problems with a very thin squad and with players who simply are not good enough. That is what is happening. Some of them are out of form. Some of them just don't fit the team. Some of them are just plain awful. So I don't say something else much worse. Uh, so they saw that Bayern is trying to shop their talent, so he can express himself and prove himself in the other league, and they say, okay, we are going to sign him. Oh, we are going to sign him because we have a name, blah blah blah. Why they like? It's not like this player was the only one that was available in the transfer window. Everyone is available, everyone is available. Why not look for somewhere else? Why not look in the championship, for example? Championship is full of great players, full of great players who are just waiting for the other clubs to get there, to get them.
Really?
You have, sorry.
I can think of 2 players that have moved from the Championship that have performed at a decent standard. One is Adam Wharton and the other is Robbie Keane. Am I missing someone obvious?
No, look. Just let me say my
Okay,
point.
all
Okay,
right.
don't be logical here. Okay,
All
don't
right, fair enough.
don't hit me with facts and all that. We can all agree. Championship. It's a worse league, but there
Oh
are
no!
players that are
Speaking
very
of emotional and no facts,
Oh, Yaba. Hi, Yaba.
So,
Oh,
can I finish the comments before
Yeah,
we
go on,
because
go on.
we're going to talk pretty much non-stop after this, and people are watching. Right, the artist formerly known as Tyrone, has said that he's pissed off that Tell isn't coming in. Marcus Edwards has joined Burnley on loan, and he was a Sporting player, I believe. So Amorim would have knew. Sorry?
He grew up in Tottenham. He grew up at Tottenham's football club, Spurs.
Yeah. Right, we got 14 likes, 19 people watching. Arsenal's fan base is embarrassing, I agree. West Ham beating Chelsea to anyone that is watching. People should boycott Old Trafford for the rest of the season if we're going to show no ambition in the transfer market and they're going to charge huge prices. If they've already written the season off, then they should prepare the team for next season so we'll be ahead of it. That would be logical. You can see why Amorim didn't want to come until the summer. Dora, apparently they were sitting in their offices with their heads up their posteriors.
yeah.
A rare good point from Bart. Did Ashworth's sacking affect our plans for January? You would have to think we'd have probably gone for Evan Ferguson if Ashworth had been here. Man United fans should go to games at Old Trafford to ensure they don't lose their season tickets, but leave before the end of the first half. Let Ineos and the Glazers know that they're not wanted. You've got Lee Trundle. Lee Trundle is an absolute cult hero, but he never played in the Premier League, and he's genuinely one of my favourite footballers ever. We've got the President of the United States, and hopefully he's not tariffing us tonight. Big up to everyone. We got a massive dump of snow last night. We also have a new face, which is Ruawuri. Hang on, Ruawuri.
Worry.
No worries. Good point. We should have looked at championship players. That's the difference between us and championship teams.
I mean, we can laugh, but yeah, we are playing worse than them currently. We are unwatchable currently.
Watch them call up Cheeto and treat it like a new signing. Don't forget, we have signed Dorgu. Like, we have given Amorim a player that he wanted. Right. Dora.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I've just... No tariffs. Okay? We're not being sanctioned.
Thank you, POTUS. Thank you, POTUS. Thank you.
The only thing that's tariffed is Mr. B's potty mouth.
Yes.
Right, Dora, do you want to continue with your rant?
No, it's not even a rant. It's just, there were other options available in this window. It's not just, 1, 2, 3 players. And I know it's hard to sometimes sign, players to January deals, but, you could, get a loan from other leagues, to at least, make sure that your team doesn't get minus 20 goal difference by the end of the season and doesn't get relegated. Because at this moment in time, we are very unstable, within the squad and, and with everything else that has been going on. So why only, focus on 1, 2 players and not, even though we knew that Rashford and Anthony are being shopped everywhere, and then you don't get someone who is going to at least be a squad filler that are going to help the team. I'm not saying we should have signed someone like Weghorst or whatever, I don't know, but at this moment in time, we are so desperate and everything else, but still, why only look at that signing at Tel? Why not look at the others? I'm just baffled. It feels like we didn't prep for this transfer window, and that we did everything, half-heartedly, and
Dora.
we just bent over and we are going to let everyone do their
Oh.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was thinking that I've never seen like less coverage in terms of a squad until last night, where I saw Kanye West's girlfriend at the Grammys. I think it might be his wife. Outrageous. You see that, Yabba?
Oh, she was naked.
Basically, she was naked, like completely
Yeah.
naked at the Grammys,
Yeah.
and they got kicked out.
Yeah.
Check it up, Mr. B.
Yeah.
I might
And
have to. I
apparently-
need to put a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently they were uninvited as well, and she is being threatened. I think I think they are going to imprison her because you
She's going to
you
jail.
shouldn't do that.
The fashion
Apparently.
police.
Yeah, maybe Joan Rivers rip.
Do you know who else got signed today? Well, I couldn't believe it was Joe Biden. He's been signed to a Hollywood agency. It came up, and I thought transfer deadline day, he's getting signed, but we're not getting anyone. Right, Yabba, are you bringing some nauseating positivity today?
Has it been a running of Man United session so far?
Yeah, look at Mr. B.
Yeah.
He loves the TV.
I've tried, honestly. Do you know how much I didn't want to? I'm telling you, man. I just don't know when. I just don't know when this team's ever going to put a smile back on my face. They have sucked. They've just sucked the life out of me. I just don't have it. I don't have any positivity. I don't have. We lost to Crystal Palace. The way we lost, Martinez getting injured, and then waking up to find out that not even waking up, just about finishing work, and finding out that Tel was on. It's just, I just think that they're just taking the piss out of us. I honestly just feel that they've taken the piss. You know what I mean? I'm going to say it now. I am not doing no more transfer shows while I'm on this channel. The only time I talk about players is when they're signed and they're on the shirt. I'm not wasting my effort. I'm not getting excited. I'm not going to be that gassy guy. Oh, we're going to go and get Tel. Somebody who I didn't even know about, but I was so excited with Dorgu. Ooh, we've got Dorgu. I watched 17 videos of Dorgu, and all of a sudden I know everything about him. That's bullshit. I'm not doing it again.
I can get behind that 100%.
I'm not doing it. We're going to have to
Yeah.
find somebody else to do it. I'm serious. I'm 100% serious. If man don't want to follow the channel because of it, that's fine. That's fine, but I'm not wasting my time with it anymore.
I support this 1,000,000,000%. I don't want to talk about any player that hasn't held the shirt up anymore.
Yeah, agreed.
It's all speculation, isn't it?
It's called
people love
bullshit. It's
People
called
love
speculation.
speculation.
With our club, it's bullshit, bruv. It's not speculation.
Here's my take. Here's my quick take on it. Yeah, I'm vexed about yesterday. I actually ran out my mouth and said, "Yeah, we're going to beat Palace." And
Yeah, you're going to roast the Eagles. I saw your post.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Sunday dinner, roast eagle, and they actually first half. I thought, okay, because they changed it up, didn't they? They put Kobe up front or whatever they tried to do, and there's no real penetration. We tried to have a bit more play, but it just wasn't happening. And they were just not ruthless, but just doing their thing, simple things, just scoring. Done nice goals they scored against us, and fair play to them. They done really well, and we just looked, like a reserve side or something put out there. Let me just say this: I watch Formula One. And in Formula One, they get a budget, and they put their budget towards the season. Like, we want to win this season, But some teams are smart. They say, all right, let's put our budget for next season or the season after, and let's focus on, representing that year. And I think it's the same applies with Man United right now. I buy no deals in the transfer market. Only one player coming in, 30 million. It's a lot of money, obviously, but I just feel like that's for next year. So like Lewis Hamilton, he's gone. When he left McLaren initially, he went to Mercedes, and Mercedes weren't really doing much, but he knew the plan was, all right, in about a year or two, you should be competing and we should be winning titles. He ended up winning 8 titles in the end. Not with just Mercedes. He won one with McLaren, I think. But do you see what I'm saying? So I think this is pre-planning for next year. We have to write off this year. And it's hard for us because we want to go out and watch games and see us win and compete. But it's got to the point now where...
You've got to pay for it as well, though, Yabba.
Yeah,
Those fans are paying.
Disappointment fans. But if it's the family club, it's a community club, all these things, they should have some understanding. That's what I'm always saying about...
What are you talking about understanding? They're
They
taking
put the
their
ticket
money.
prices up. They've got rid of the stewards.
Yeah, no, I hear that. But they at least... But if you don't understand something, you get confused and angry. If you understand it, then you can reason and say, all right, I understand why.
You're going to... Right, so you explain this to me. Go on.
You can understand why someone would rob you. That doesn't mean you're not going to get angry about it.
But if that's the understanding that it's being robbed, then at least you know you're being robbed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Rather than you not being confused as to why things are happening. Yeah, these fans should know what is going on, why the price is going up and all that kind of thing. Because they're not happy. They want results. But I think to take, what's that tune by Paula Abdul? 2 steps forward, 2 steps. You've got to take 2 steps back to go steps forward. And we have to take that right now. We have to be right off this year, get rid of Marcus.
All right, so we're going to write off a whole year. So those people who have spent their money on their season ticket, their grands of their hard-earned money, they've now been told halfway through the season's written off. But the club's not going to give them back half of their ticket money, are they?
No.
They paid their money. Right, so go and explain to me.
When you pay for your season ticket, are you paying to say we must win every game or we win trophies?
No,
or are you
but
saying
what you're paying your season ticket for... Go on, let me let you finish.
So it's an investment. I just see this. If you're investing in Man United, like we are, we're all fans. If you're investing in the club right now, you should also say, right, I'm vexed, I'm disappointed because I'm not happy with what I'm seeing on the pitch. But to change that, we want to see some proactive stuff going on. One, Rashford's left the club. He's not part of the club anymore because of things he said or wasn't training hard enough. At least we're getting rid of him. No one likes Anthony. Anthony's out on loan. Man of the match performance, by the way, yesterday. But he's out on loan. He might not be coming back. This is where we have to do this. We have to.
So £300,000 a week they save.
To balance that, we've had some good youngsters being signed for the future. We've got good youngsters in the team already, in the reserve team and the under 18s already. We brought these guys from Arsenal coming in. We've got this left back coming in or left wing back. So you can see things are developing, but it might not be like boom, bam in your face. But if you've got any understanding or like we're supposed to do in the show, look into it and say, all right, let's weigh this up. Let's see what's going on here. Just because you want results now and you're crying, that we want results. Sometimes you have to look beyond that and say, boy, all right.
That's not the argument, Yabba.
It's a bit like boxing. When you're boxing, to learn, you have to get punched in the face sometimes, And sometimes you're sparring with guys who are better than you, but it gives you a beating for you to get better.
Yeah, but have you heard what I've just... Did you hear what I said?
Go on.
Those people have spent grands,
and
the club have written off the season.
Not officially.
Right, so but the point is that we didn't go for Tell because we felt that the 5 million transfer fee was too much. At the same time, we have the highest price tickets in the country. Our owner has come out and said that our ticket prices should be more expensive because look at what Fulham charge and so on. And what we're doing is that people will lose their season tickets if they don't go to a certain amount of games a season, stuff like that. We've seen rival fans take over our stadium, like Galatasaray last year, but
Rangers
and Rangers as well. And it's that there has to be a little bit of there has to be a little bit of spend from the club because you said that your exact words were you make an investment when you buy your season ticket, and it feels like that the club isn't investing that money back into the squad. And I think that people have a right to be a bit angry that it's not about the quality of the player.
I'm not disputing that, but also if you're a club member and you bought a season ticket and you're subscribed to it and you tune in and you love the club, you got to understand to get back to glory days. This is the method. This is the way they're going about it. And it just means us playing poor at the moment while we filter out all the bad eggs at the club and get the proper team and get in again and start with the manager. That's the only thing I can see. That I'm not sitting here to think, I could be sitting there, we're shit. I know I've seen some Man United fans just go, we're shit. I'm not watching the team no more. Fuck this, we're shit. But I want to know why we're shit. I want to know why we're not performing. I want to know why we haven't won a title for over 10 years. I want to know why there's issues within the club. And now I'm glad someone's coming along to actually deal with them problems, or at least attempt to try and make them better. But by making them better, you're having to make things worse first, because we're clearing out a lot of shit. We're dealing with a lot of things. We're dealing with people personally. We're dealing with, like, the fans are upset, the staff are upset. Marcus Rashford, I mean, he said, I did look at his face. He did look a bit messed up, didn't he? He looked like he's had no sleep or something. Yeah, it does look a bit funny. But there's going to be upset. To get peace, you have to go through war, and this is what we're doing right now. And the fans going to be upset. I'm not disputing that. I understand it, but I just want to know why, understand what's going on, so I can say, okay, at least I'm not drowned in this mess with them. I can see what they're trying to do here. It might not be obvious today, but maybe in the future we will look back and say, thank God we didn't spend until 5 million then, because now
it's about leverage. It's about leveraging the debt, I think, Yabba. Like the whole. I think that what we're doing is we're cutting costs because we've been financially mismanaged, etc., etc. And what Ineos are doing is that they are essentially trying to force the Glazers to sell, because we don't have any money. Ineos can't put any more money into the club until the summer, because they've been banned from, well, not banned, but there's an 18-month thing about buying shares. And it's like, I understand your point that this lack of spending and all these kind of things are about trying to force the Glazers out, in my opinion. But my real concern, as you know, is that the thing that I value most about the football club is the relationship between the players, the club, the players and the fans. And I feel that, like, this is damaging the relationship. But it is important to say we have got someone in who is Dorgu, and we should be grateful that that Amorim has at least got one player in to be backed by. It's just that a lot of this, I feel, is Ten Hag's fault, to be perfectly honest, that we've got dumped with loads of crap players that we can't sell. Dora, you've been nice and quiet.
Yeah, I agree with that. But once again, I think the fans have a right to be mad, have a right to, to ask questions, have a right to say their, concerns. I think Ineos kind of shed the bed in the last few months, and I know it's hard, to arrive into the club that is, free falling for many years, and you're trying to, invest in it and buy shares and all that. But they also need to realize that this isn't any other club they had under their belt. I would say, what they had Nice, and they had Young Boys, if I'm not mistaken. Do they have Young Boys? Not sure. This is Manchester United, the biggest club in England, one of the biggest and most popular clubs in the world. They need to, know how to approach club's business, and how to approach fans, because it's not like, Nizza and what's the other club?
Literally
Young
below
Boys.
you.
Yeah. Lausanne. Sorry, Lausanne. But they're not United. So I agree with all your points. I slightly disagree with Yaba. The fans, blah blah. But just because, like, I agree in terms of, if you're going to spend so much money. So for example, many people, that stadium is full every week, despite the results. They paid how much for season tickets? Almost £1,000. Maybe less. I'm not sure. They spent a lot of money, and with that, if they want to watch cup games, they need to pay extra. Is that right? These are only home games, and now the club has the audacity to sit on their asses throughout the whole January. Look for Dorgu. Okay, cool. They signed him. By what? But why not try to sign at least one player that are going to help that attack that is struggling? We are struggling in the midfield. The whole team is struggling. Why not help your manager and showcase that you actually know what you're doing? But because at this moment in time, they look quite lost and they look very passive, because United as much as we hate to admit it, we are on a downfall constantly. We are 13th. We have -6 goal difference, maybe -8. I'm not sure. -6, -7, -8 goal difference. We are below worst Palace in many, many years. We are below Nottingham Forest. I know Forest are third or whatever, but they look insanely much better than us. We sold Anthony Elanga, and for 15 million, and we signed freaking Anthony for 90 million euros. If you compare those players, you know who is better. It's not Anthony. So I blame everyone that had their hands in the downfall of this club. It's an embarrassment. And Ten Hag, and before people come to me and say, on the online forums, like Reddit, Twitter, then it's not Ten Hag's fault, it's the club. Well, he chose those players. He wanted them here. And we sold decent players, as it seems, and we signed absolute dross. And that says a lot about the happenings at the club and how people operate. So they need to fix up. Because I'm getting tired of watching this club signing. I hope Dorgu is right, but Dorgu, as much as I believe that he's going to help the defense, he's not going to score goals. We need to fix our attack as well, because it's fucking shit. Absolute shit. We are getting demonetized.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We're like Man United. We need money. Stop.
Yeah. You're right. Sorry.
We always say that Solo is a glazer.
Yeah.
By the way,
those are my thoughts. That's why I've been, silent. I was listening to you guys talking, and it's just.
What's the main issue, guys? The two issues you're saying is losing that game yesterday was really bad, and then not transfer window's done.
It's a combination, Yabba. It's things building up.
That's the thing that's sort of like a straw on a camel's back, or there was
the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
I think. It's because we've had like loads of really crap performances. Like Amorim, like we've had this Rashford saga going on. Like the club's not in a good place, is it? Like there's so much has gone wrong this season, and I think that like a lot of people have been almost conditioned into thinking that the transfer window is like a trophy. Like, you get these players in and you win it and so on, and it's like short-term dopamine that gets you really excited, and nothing's and nothing's come in, and we're responsible for this as well, because every social media outlet, every social media channel hypes the transfer window up as this incredible thing that is going to turn a season around and stuff like that. And for years we've seen our spending cripple us.
It depends when the January transfer window comes around. It depends what position you're in. So someone like Nottingham Forest or Aston Villa done really well. I think they've gotten Rashford and Asensio from PSG as well. That's some good signings. And didn't they sell Duran?
Yeah.
To who? Where did he go?
Saudi, 70 million.
Saudi. Oh God, £64 million there. That's a lot of money. So they've done some good business, and now they can kick on. They know, all right, with the players we've got in on loan, that's a good investment. They can kick on. So they've looked forward to the window because they know they've got some goals to achieve. Whereas us, I think we're in a different situation where we're flatlined, meaning we're dead. And we're struggling out here, and we just have to try and survive the rest of the season without bringing anyone in. I remember a couple of years ago, in January, we only brought Weghorst in, and that I was thinking, wow, we're Man United, and we're bringing this big donkey into the club as if to say we're supposed to be excited or something, So even back then, that was bad. So now, this window, I think, has been a bit better in my opinion, because I'm looking long term, saying, all right, we brought in this Dogu guy, we brought in a couple of youngsters as well. That's okay with me. And we've got rid of players, whether it be on loan or something, but we're trying to sort of, get rid of these guys.
Save money. We're saving money.
So that's the only positive I can see.
I don't think we are. I don't think we are saving money.
They tried to save money. I'm more thinking about the wages that have been saved. That it's not going to be saved because it's going to go somewhere else. This is my point. This is my point, right? I think that Yabba's a bit correct in the fact that you can make the argument that unless there's something to fight for, it's poor planning to bring a player in
in January because you're paying 15 quid for a £10 note. So the only time that you really want to do that is with things like Evra, Fernandez, and maybe Dorgu, where like players were they were getting interested in other teams, and so you bring forward your summer signing to kind of protect it. That's definitely what happened with Bruno Fernandes. Like Spurs were after him, and so we sort of bought early. And I think that we have probably done that with Dorgu, where him and Quenda appear to be nailed on signings for the summer.
Quenda, is this the one that we're going to provide buying in January? Yeah, in the summer.
Yeah, he's like 19 or something from Sporting. Like
okay.
It's meant to be.
19-year-old's going to make us.
He play right wing back, doesn't he?
Push us towards greatness. We're going to get another 19-year-old.
Yeah, but
so we're going to have We're going to have a team of players who can't go to the
kindergarten. Pub. Yeah, we're going to have toddlers. But the point is that I think that the Dorgu transfer has been advanced to this window to back Amorim. Like because I think we're paying more money than we should pay for him. It's only 4 months, like till May or whatever it is, like where you can buy players again in July. So I'm now flip-flopping back towards like Yabba's side, where I think that Dorgu has probably been advanced as the sort of the summer signing.
So we wouldn't have had anyone. So we wouldn't have bought anybody then this transfer window. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, well, we might have got a loan in. Like if we didn't have Dorgu, we might have got Tell in. But have I made my point well? I might not have.
Yeah, you say, look, we're here for conversation, man.
I can hear no positivity, but after it's just, you know what? It's me. You might have convinced. For me, all I can hear, and that's nothing. That's not you personally.
Okay.
That's not you.
It sounds quite personal.
No. That's not from you. Yabba came on and his was a lot louder than yours. I just right now I just can't feel anything positive about the club. Nothing at all.
What about the future?
Yeah.
Remember when Amorim came to Sporting, they were struggling. Within the next year, they were league champions.
Did they back him? Did they back their manager? I reckon they probably backed their manager though, Yabba.
Not really. They brought in a couple of players, Marcus Edwards and a few others. But I do think because he's coming at the stage, he hasn't come in the summer. He's coming at a stage where we were on our faces. We wanted Ten Hag out. We wanted the fans did, not me necessarily.
Right.
And,
so they
we were losing. We'd already lost a lot of games. So coming in, he's knowing, saying, look, don't expect miracles straight away. It's not going to happen like that. If I'm going to do things, I'm going to do it my way. All right, and I'm not just going to. Here's the thing. I think when Ten Hag came in, he lost the first 2 games. Then he decided to sort of adjust his style of play a little bit, just to get results. Because he kept saying, what did Ten Hag keep saying? He said, at Man United, we must get results. So he sacrificed his way, his method, his ID to get results at Man United Football Club. And in the end, you can only do that for so long because the problem will still remain. What difference is with this manager? He's come in and he realizes, it's a results game. He realizes, we have to get results, but he's not prepared at the moment. Unless he gets relegated, he's not prepared to really, get muscled down and get those results because he wants to stick with his style. Now, some might say, no, forget that. We just need to get results and do whatever because we're losing. We don't like it. No one likes losing. But sometimes when you lose, you really win. And we'll be able to sort of conquer this, come through this, and become a better side next year because it's more ingrained. He's got more time to develop and do what he really wants to do. I believe he's got a plan of how he wants.
Who's got a plan? Who's got a plan?
The manager.
Right.
He's got a plan, an idea.
He may well have a plan and an idea, but if the club don't,
he's been stubborn, Mr. B. Remember, like I said, Ten Hag after 2 games changed his ways. He hasn't changed his ways. We're losing badly, but he hasn't changed his ways. He's decided to stick with it and go with it to the end. All right. Whether the end is winning Champions Leagues and league titles, who knows? It could be him getting kicked out and becoming the next. Who's that young Portuguese boss who went to Spurs and Chelsea? Do you see what I'm saying?
Andre Villa-Boas.
So it takes a lot to do what he's doing, but at least he's feeling confident in his own ability to say, "I'm going to come to the club and I'm going to do it like Frank Sinatra. I did it my way." Fair play to him. I like that because we need to try something different. Nothing's worked over the last 10, 15 years, whatever. This guy decided to stick with his guns, and we will look back at this day when Mr. B was fuming, and Dora was cussing and swearing. We might look back in a year's time and say, wow, it was all worth it because we didn't see.
Yeah, but you've said this so many times.
To see what this is really going on, what the plan really is.
Yeah, but
you've said this for
I love when
the plan comes together.
Thank you.
I will bring out my cigar next year. If we play
He's still
going. I say I love it when
you're like it's like I'm watching only Fools and Horses. They'll be it's going to happen the same time next year. We're going to be rich.
What is going to convince you that the club is fucked? Tell me, what is going to convince you that the club is in a mess? Because I understand your positivity, yeah? But like Bath Time just said, we've heard this from you already. We've heard this from you, but you've been burned, but you're still going to repeat the same story again. You don't learn, bruv.
Wait, we all agree the club's in a bad way, don't we?
Did you?
Fix it. It's like get a plate and smash it up and all that kind of thing. Well, you were just like, oh, it's broken. That's it. And just leave. Me and other people, mindset would say, let's get the glue and stick this back together and repair it, even if it takes time and we can't eat off this plate for a long time.
Okay then.
Let's just
you're sniffing that glue.
If you can't eat off, you can't. Thank you, super glue.
Yes.
But you have an idea of what you want to do as a boss, but you're still lying to everybody else. This is my point. They've taken everybody's money. They've taken your season. They've taken everybody's season ticket money, right? And written off the season. But you don't see that at all. You don't see that.
That's a problem.
I never said that. I didn't see it. I've listened to it. I said, I have to understand things. If I'm confused, you're explaining something to me. I'm like, okay, they're upset about the season ticket money. I understand that. I understand that now. I understand why people are getting upset. I really get it. I get it. But I'm not going to sit there in misery, cry my tears, all the kind of thing, and say nothing. We can't do it. I'm the sort of guy that say, get up and let's think about it. Let's talk about how we get out of this. Remember MacGyver? He'd be in a situation, mash up, like locked up in some place, and he'd get his toolbox out and start fixing
and
up
sign some players.
Plan,
exactly. He would sign players
through and thing, and win the day. That's what I want to see.
We needed signings, and they failed.
Who's they?
Ineos.
Batman and Robin.
That's only Fools and Horses. They did that as well.
Yeah. So what is the conclusion of all, of everything?
It's always the same conclusion. It's trust in authority, sit back and wait for it to get good. That is that's Yabba to a T. It's you've got to trust people who have never delivered. And then we'll have a cigar.
That's
what it always is.
You know me. When it comes to things, I don't trust authority like that. I'm just here for the ride. I've been, however old you are, we've been some rough times before. This is rough right now. This is really bad times. But as a bigger club we are, what we see as success is winning a Europa League. Best thing we've done in years is win a Europa League under Mourinho. That's been success for us. So that's the standard we're at. So if we actually get up to top 4 again, or win a Champions League or win the league again, imagine how it's going to feel. You have to remember how listen. There's a pattern to this club that we support. Please hear me out. There's a pattern to this club that we support. The pattern goes like this. No, it's true.
I'm laughing at Mr. B.
All right, it's true. There is a pattern how Man United are as a club, and we should remember this. Don't think it's anything new. We have periods of success and periods of doom. Okay, we saw what happened with. It's only to the 50s or something we started to build a side. Big disaster. Munich, unfortunately, we patched it together, came back, and we won 10 years later Champions League and the league title. Then with that same group of players, we got relegated a few years later. And then we had to wait years and years until Fergie in 92. It's from 68 to 92 before we won a league again. That's a long ass time. Okay, so it shows you the highs and lows of a Man United supporter. If you've been there, if you're old enough, you know. So we've just gone through a great time. Look at this, we're basking in the sunshine of Fergie era, and we expect, not knowing the history of our club, we expect it just to continue like that. But no, it's gone downhill again. We are now down in the mud again, and I have to understand, this has happened before in the past. There's a pattern here to being a Man United fan. And when we do get glory, it will feel even better. It will feel even better. I'm not lying. You go look at the history. There's ups and downs with Man United, like a roller coaster ride. 1968 to 1992. That's a long. It's nearly 20. Was it? How many years is that? 24 years. That's a long time not to win a title for a team.
Can I have some counters here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. The first thing is that our financial position built on the last 20 years means that we should never go through that again because of like the amount of money and things we have. Also, we are setting records at an almost record-breaking rate for like the worst seasons ever. Like myself and Dora, we're both very young. Like we attract the younger people in this chat. They're our fans, aren't they, Dora?
Yes.
We don't really know anything else, and you're correct. But it's not just the winning that is the issue. It's that the cultural values of the club on the pitch appear to have faded away. We've got players that we should have pace and width in wide areas. We should have players that we look at and, all right, they might have had a bad day or something like that, but we respect them for their work rate and their commitment to the club and stuff. And we're watching, like, some of the most talented graduates from the academy in years, like, going to other clubs, not really caring. Like, you look at the signings like Anthony and Sancho, and it's just such a massive mismanagement of the club. And we've now got a manager who's come in, who plays a completely different system. We've got no money for some reason, and we're trying to build a new stadium. And this is rock bottom, I think, for, like, Dora, I think this has got to be worse than the Louis van Gaal Christmas for me now. And I thought that was the worst ever.
I mean, I would say I thought Ten Hag season was the worst. Even worse than Moyes, even worse than Louis van Gaal. But this is even worse than Ten Hag last season, and that says a lot. And I agree with your point is that I think the club is focusing on too many things at the same time. You mentioned the stadium. Who gives a crap about a new stadium when the team is playing like an absolute amateurs and what's his face? And the manager needs reinforcements and needs backing to fix this team. And you can, I'm seeing that people are, discussing, if they like Amorim or not. It doesn't matter at this point in time. He's still a fresh new manager for United. He's been here for 2-3 months. And, he hasn't been backed. We brought in one player. Everything is, falling apart in the club, in the team. And they are focusing on the new stadium. Who gives a damn about that? I don't care about new stadium. I don't care if Old Trafford is literally falling apart in front of our eyes, which is happening, by the way. It doesn't matter if our results fucking sucks. First, fix the team, fix this squad, and then look for the infrastructure. And I know people are going to say, but you need to fix the Carrington, you need to see blah, blah, blah. With results, the money will come in, and we are going to get back, and we are going to get better. Nothing comes from, from a miracle, or it doesn't fall from the sky. Like, it's just the way it is. And currently, we are not in the Champions League. We are losing, cups, like we are losing everything in this moment in time, and we are losing the money as well because we are not getting the money that we got, few seasons ago when Ole got us in the Champions League. We're not getting that. So yeah, we need to fix the team first and then look for the other stuff. They needed when they brought Amorim in the October or wherever, they should have thought about the squad. If they thought that he's going to be a miracle worker with the draws that we had in that squad, they are delusional. And hopefully this is going to be their, I would say, their, how do you say it? Oh my God, I swear to God, sometimes I just forget to speak English. Their lesson, etch a sketch, even that.
Yeah, you could listen. We understand Croatian. We all know what Lakalocha means. You could have said it. We would have worked out what you meant.
Mr. B is a polyglot.
You're a
what?
Polyglot.
Yeah.
It means you
Sound
can
like
speak
something
lots
else
of...
is calling me, innit?
No. It means you speak lots of languages. It's not about being fat. I kind of disagree with you on that point, Dora. I think it's very, very important to have a stadium that is fit for purpose because it honours our past and the people that came before us.
Fix the team and then look on the past, because this team is selling our past currently. As you said yourself, we are getting smoked by everyone. The records have been broken. They have been breaking every single game in the negative way. So I get what you're saying, but currently, in the month of January, Ineos was supposed to look at, like, they are literally looking at watching the team play every single week from that stadium, from those seats in the stadium, and they say, "Oh, we don't need signings. We're going to sign
Where is Bike Boy these days? Has anyone seen him recently? Brailsford or whatever.
He's a tour at France. What tour of something? I don't know.
Tour de France.
Tour de France. Giro d'Italia. I don't know.
Strange how these people just disappear, innit?
Yeah.
When everything's going well and everybody's happy, he's front page smiling. But now all the shit hits the fan. Where is he? Scuttling behind these desks.
It's off for DK Wilson.
Joke.
Right, Mr. B, what needs to happen now?
You talk what I'm going to do now after the show?
I don't know. What is your... I was hoping you were going to say Lack and Osh because...
Jesus, is that the time? Jesus.
Yeah, has anyone got anything else they want to say? Because we're just going to get into a misery fest and things. And
I just don't know when this feeling's going to bath. I'm going to be... This is the worst I have ever felt about my club. Today, today more. I think it's the worst I've ever felt about my club. I was so convinced Ineos... Look, they fooled me. I'm not going to say... They fooled me, innit? I thought we were going to be back with... I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting this shower of shit. I'm a grown man of 52, and I've made these fuckers piss me off for the whole day. For the whole day. I cannot believe what they've done to me. I need to snap out of this shit quick, but I don't know when. I just don't know when I'm going to have any more feeling for this club again.
I think there is a light at the end of the tunnel because we don't see it yet.
It's death.
Yeah, we're in a coma. We're in a big coma at the moment, and people saying, "Wake up, wake up!" You know, and we just hear little voices. It's a nightmare, absolute nightmare what we're going through right now. So, but I do think that if I'm going to be positive about it, I like what Ahmad come on great this season. I think the manager is someone fresh and new. The right decision to bring him in, and no one was complaining about that before. I think the new youngsters that we're signing, they're looking good. If we look at what Arsenal are doing, the Arsenal got a good foundation, built good side. Their youngsters are coming in. Yesterday, both of them scored goals, and they look fantastic. The fans love that. You see the fans' faces; they're loving it right now. That's what makes fans happy. So I think the fact that we're trying to bring young players through, and in the meantime, dropping this thing where every window we buy the best player that we can. I think the fact that we're having to sort of fix the problems that have been there inherent in the club for years, and we're actually tackling them. All right, we might, this is why we're getting injured with it right now.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? Though, like before we were scared to tackle, we'd bottle it. We weren't tackle it. Now we're trying to tackle it. And bam, we realise why we were tackling the Glazers head on. Because, big up Sydney, how you doing? Lovely to see you. But I thought we would be we failed to tackle this issue before with the Glazers and all that kind of thing properly. Now we've got a takeover, guys. We've got someone who's taken over and trying to fix things, even though they've got a lot against them. So I'm looking forward to saying, like Bartham was saying earlier, maybe there's a plan for the Glazers to get out. Maybe this is, to lower our stock, or making sure the Glazers say, "Oh boy, I had enough of this, and get out of here." We have to do something. I'm trying to look for something out there that's going to make me feel okay about being a Man United fan right now, because I'm not tribal. I love football. I love watching the games. But when I'm watching Man United right now, I'm not getting excited. The only thing that I think I look at, I think, okay, Ahmad's looking good. Yeah, I like the look of him. In the future, he can get better. Kobe, looking good as well. Xerxes, I reckon he could do a little something. Maguire, I like to watch him defending. But apart from that, it's not like old times. But like I said, like Steffi said earlier, was it Troughs and what do they call it?
Troughs and peaks.
Troughs and peaks. If you know the history of the club, you know we go through it. And this is why in 99 or 93 when we won our title after all these years, or in 99 when we won a European Champions League after all these years, why it means so much, because the fans have to endure all days like today and periods like today that make it even better. Munich, on our face, suffering. Years later, we enjoyed 68 so much. This is what makes it so special. Relegated, Dennis Law in 72, 73. Relegated from the league. Bloody hell, Notts County were playing in the league. You understand what I'm saying? Then we work back and we win the league with Fergie, and it makes it even better. So I just think that's this life, that's the story, that's the journey of a Man United fan. They're going to put you on your face. So when you do get back and win something, it feels great. And that's what I'm waiting for. Sometime in the future when we could feel great again.
I'm waiting for your cult.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it's like a cult leader.
I'll get my coat out here.
No. It's like a cult leader. I think you're going to hold up poisoned milk for us to all drink at the end or something, like in Phil Jonestown.
Like Jonestown, yeah.
I mean, you could, I'm happy. I was happy when we won, consistently for a few years. I don't have to suffer. Like, my life is better when United is playing. Like, I don't have to suffer like people before me, older fans. Like, I want us to be consistent and win the games. We don't have to suffer all the time. And also, Mondi, you are one of the funniest people I have ever met. You are such a stand-up comedian. Seriously. Yeah, I have only positive things to say. Like, I'm lit every single stream when I'm with you. I'm laughing my ass off every single time, and it distracts me from United, from the negative things. So thank you for your positivity and your humor. I would say from my point of
my
view.
life.
But yeah,
My life is so much better having Yabba in it. It's like just a joy.
Can we work on Mr. B?
Look at Mr. B. Look at
Can we work
that
on
face.
Mr.
It's
B?
like Easter
I tell you,
Island.
I tried. I have really tried. And I'm looking at the screen and my face, it won't change. It will not change. So
what do we do? Do we boycott watching the club? Do we shut down the channel?
I'm not going to shut down the channel because
watch
you're
Could
Mr.
we shut down the
Positivity.
channel?
You're Mr.
I'm up for
Positivity.
this.
You're Mr. Positivity. You'll get it up and running. I can't be, but I'm not going to come in here and pretend that I'm happy with the bullshit, brother. And if it means that I'm a miserable cunt, like bloody, oh shit.
It's gone past 10, isn't it? No, not yet.
Yeah, but we keep getting done because I keep cussing. If I have to be miserable like Mr. Meldrew from now until 6, I will do that. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to pretend to be happy anymore.
Mr. B, tell me what you're excited about with the players.
Nothing.
Players.
Nothing. None. I'm not excited about none of them.
No, none of
We've lost Martin. But Martial's dead. Martial's not here. Who have we got in our squad, bruv? We got Dorgu that nobody bloody knows. We've got Harry Maguire, who I wanted gone months ago. We've got Euro, who, God bless him, man's just buoying up because he's 20 years old. I got Nemit, who I thought was going to be a superstar. He's playing worse than fucking Harry bloody Maguire. So what have I got to be excited about? Bruno Fernandes, who just keeps kicking the ball off the fucking pitch. Kobe, who they won't play in one position. We've got Ericsson, who's dead. Casemiro, who's deader than him. And we've got no forwards. What am I excited about, bro? Tell me.
All right, fair point. Yeah. I just want you to explain. At least you explained it. Yeah, you're right. Dora, is there anything you're excited about? Any players that you get excited about?
I'm excited.
Seeing the youths develop and see the youngsters develop. It's always nice to see young players develop and become good seniors.
Yeah, but sometimes they could develop in a better atmosphere. Not us struggling. Having bad senior players and taking the youngsters from the academy and showing them into the first team to try and save our season, like Kobe and Garnacho did in the last two. So yeah, Yeah, but
What's so
overall,
long
I
ago?
agree with Mr. B. I'm miserable. I mean, if I don't love here, I would cry, honestly. But yeah, I matured. Like I was more hurt before, but now I'm just hollow. Yeah, yeah. Seriously, like I'm with Mr. B.
Oh,
Like if I don't laugh with you guys right now, I would cry. That's how bad it is. So I don't have any positives. I don't even know how Amorim is going to fix these bulks of the squad that is playing. Like they are playing like absolute amateurs. So yeah, like I am expecting a struggle against Everton. Seriously, against David Moyes in the next game. So that's how bad it is. And I'm trying to be positive, but you know what? That positivity went out of me the moment 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago. That's why everyone knows me as a negative. Like I'm not even negative. Like I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to be realistic, but they just kill me every single season. So yeah,
Are,
no
are you
positives
in it
on
for the
this
long
year.
run? Are you in it for the long run as a Man United fan?
Oh yeah,
Good.
you know what?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to go and root for I don't know.
Dynamo
Oh, God
Croatia.
forbid. No, I
Dynamo,
mean,
Dynamo Croatia.
what are
Jesus
they called
Christ,
again?
Emma. Fucking hell.
what?
Split.
Croatia.
Hydrogen
He
split.
said Dynamo Croatia.
Haiduks,
for
like,
fuck's sake.
nah, Dinamo, nah. I mean, I
Dynamo.
support
Yeah.
my local club. Like, I like they are struggling a lot. That they are, corruption killed the club almost. So yeah, they don't have money, but they have heart. Cibale Vinkovci. So yeah, kudos to them. But yeah, only United. Unfortunately, that's my cross that I have to bear. Like Jesus Christ.
He was a
Half time.
fucking
Any
United
positives?
supporter.
Anyone excites you?
Look,
Yeah.
yeah,
Seeing the
but
youth come through FA Cup final, seeing Kobe scored a winning goal and all these things. You must be excited about a few things.
yeah, but that's in the past, right? Which is where you live. But the thing is, right, is that you are allowed to not feel positive about your football club
Yeah,
and
agreed.
things like that. It's not this enforced positivity that comes in that you can only be a good fan if you're completely behind everything. Ooh, yeah, no.
Yeah,
I
time that
think
one.
that's a permanent ban, actually.
I don't understand. I don't understand how you could just be silent in the chat and just post the biggest load of shit. You didn't even have to mention the race, bruv, and you've come in and you've just,
Didn't even
just ban
say
him.
hello.
Just ban him from. Just ban him.
He's
Just ban
banned.
him. Thank you. I'm sick of this. You know how much times I try and be, the guy. You can't come in here and make comments like that and just expect everything to be all right. Fuck off, V man. Don't come back on the channel. You're not welcome. You're not welcome, bruv. You're not welcome.
What was said?
I'll tell you when the show's
I'll
done.
tell you
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
All right, I missed that one. I'll tell you.
Honestly, really bad.
Okay, all right.
Oh God.
It wasn't about you though, Yabba, if that's what you're worried about.
Well, I'm not worried at all. I don't give a damn. But I just want to know what it said.
I'll tell you afterwards. I don't want to
Okay.
repeat that kind of racist tosh here. But for me, Yabba, I think, like, look, you are allowed. Like, we're in a low moment at the moment, and this is a fan channel, so we're gonna like flip flop. We're gonna contradict each other. We're gonna be reactionary and stuff like that. And our chat is as well. And everyone is absolutely entitled to sort of feel that way, because if we spank Everton 4-0 and Dorgu is absolutely incredible and Chido comes on and scores a goal, it's a very, very different story. But
see?
at the moment, because of like everything we've seen and the amount of crap that we've dealt with, and also January and February are killer months. Like they're the worst months of the year. I think people. I don't think you have to enforce the positivity on people. Like if you're right, you're going to be right in the long run, and people are going to come round to it and stuff. And like we have older fans, like we've got an actual Viking in the chat, and we've got like Stuart Marshall and Drayton Manor's Finest and all this kind of stuff. Like they've seen it all before, but for a lot of people, this is all very new. We're driven by social media so much now. I think that tonight you can just sort of like let me and Mr. B and Dora be upset and angry with the football club and let it go, instead of giving us these really weird analogies about MacGyver and Frank Sinatra and stuff. Like, we're allowed to be
And Hannibal.
a little bit upset. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hope we have a happy ending to this. No, but you know, like what you just said there, like this is what I'm saying. People are fickle. Like we had Hello one week, and then it's Wan-Bissaka the next week, and Harry Maguire, and then Evans or whatever. People just have their, you know, who's hot, who's not. If we win against Everton, we spank them 4-0, and some youngsters come on, like you just said. That'd be brilliant. Trust me, the atmosphere will change just like that. So that's what I'm saying. The mood will always be the same for me. I'm always just going to be, it's football. We enjoy it. All right, obviously, we're going through bad times right now, but we just want to win. We want to play good football. The things I want to see is good football, good development, seeing youngsters come through, and good laugh, and you know, and we can enjoy the game. That's what we say. We just need to enjoy our football, enjoy watching the game. And at the moment, we're clearly not. So hopefully, in the next game against Everton, we go out there and the youngsters will shine, and you know, we'll do something to make us say, okay.
Don't we have? Why are you talking about? Don't we have Leicester before Everton?
Is it Leicester? Oh, that's a cup game, isn't it?
Yeah.
FA Cup. Okay.
Yeah, Leicester.
When's that?
What's
This
he talking about
weekend.
Everton?
Well, someone mentioned Everton earlier.
Because
You
they're in a
said it.
relegation fight with
And-
us.
Yeah.
Right. A relegation 6-pointer. Wow.
Yeah, it is Leicester.
All right,
it is
sorry,
Leicester.
yeah.
Sorry,
No,
guys.
we're scared. Yeah, but the reason Everton was mentioned is we're a little bit scared that with Moyes superpowering Everton, like he's really got them back. That when and Spurs with their new signings coming in, there's an opportunity for us to fall even further, like Lucifer, and it will be quite. You know, we don't really trust the players, you know, to be able to sort of pull ourselves out. And that might be unfair to say, but it's just, at the moment, we are worried about the football club. Positivity's at an all-time low and things like that. But also shout out to Matty Bassett, who's turned up.
So Friday FA Cup. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That'd be nice.
Yeah, are you going to watch that, or are you going to be on your special pills?
You know what? That's a low blow, bro. Anyway,
It was a low blow.
you know what? No, that's how it works. Ban him, kick him off. Yeah.
All right, I'm back from my ban.
Yeah, that's right. What awkward
All right. I think we're going to lack a notch here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both Tactical Devils and Rich Sports are doing shows now. Like, they're probably going to go to 11 or something. So if you want to go and continue chatting, like, those are channels that you should know. We're probably back tomorrow, but it won't be anything to do with transfers if Mr. B has his way. So it is a lack a notch from me.
Lack a notch from me.
Like a nut from me.
Like a notch from me.